If you're struggling with social anxiety right now, it's because your nervous system is stuck in survival mode. And that's the real reason you freeze up in conversations, why your mind goes blank, and why people can sense there's something off even when you're trying your best. Here's what nobody in this therapy or self-help world has told you. You don't have a confidence problem. It's not a social skills problem. It's a nervous system problem. And until you fix that, everything else is a coping strategy. If this already resonates, there's a button below where you can book a free strategy session. But if you want to know how this works, keep watching and I'll explain it exactly. I'm going to show you the only approach that actually cures social anxiety at the root cause level. Not just managing symptoms, not like therapy where it just gives you basic advice and insights without changing how you actually feel. Not medication that just dulls you out emotionally. And it's not forced exposure therapy that re-traumatizes you. It's a method that releases the survival energy trapped in your body so you can finally feel anxiety-free and comfortable in your own skin. Let me guess where you're at right now. Maybe you've tried talk therapy for months, maybe even years, and you have all this self-awareness about your anxiety, but you still freeze up in the way it matters. You haven't felt better. Maybe you've been on anxiety medications, but maybe they made you feel numb or had bad side effects and didn't really fix anything. Maybe you've also tried forcing yourself to be more social, putting yourself out there again and again, only for you to just keep getting triggered and feeling worse, and you feel stuck. And maybe you use your last bit of confidence to force yourself out one more time, but you just feel so awkward, unnatural, you freeze up, and people can pick up on the uncomfortable energy, you can see them pulling away. And any small rejection just feels like more proof that your worst fears about yourself are true. You leave, and then once you're home, the shame loop hits. You replay every awkward moment, every silence, every mistake, with intense self-criticism that you can't turn off. You sleep poorly or not at all, and then you avoid people even more. Skip invites, hide at work, and sink further into depressing isolation. And the worst part is you blame yourself. You keep trying different things, hoping something will finally work, but when nothing does, you're just left feeling like you're hopelessly broken and doomed to die alone. But this fires me up, and the reason that is because I used to feel that exact same way when I was stuck in social anxiety. But you want to know the truth? You're not broken. Neither was I. Because what actually fixes social anxiety isn't what you've been told. It's not affirmations, it's not just more confidence building, it's not just forced exposure. The real fix is something most therapists and coaches do not understand. It's healing your nervous system at the root level. And to do that yourself, you'd have to become an expert in trauma release, somatic therapy, mental repatterning, and strategic exposure protocols. All while crippled with anxiety, depression. It's a pretty negative self-talk. It's basically impossible. So here's what makes my approach completely different. When your nervous system is stuck in survival mode, people will feel that and they'll feel uncomfortable around you automatically. The same words that would work fine from somebody else land wrong when they come from you. This isn't about charisma techniques or conversation scripts or pretending to be somebody we're not. That doesn't work. This is about releasing the trapped survival energy in your body, in your nervous system, so that you can show up as calm, grounded, and authentic. That's why my approach is called the REST method. The R stands for regulate. We regulate your nervous system from home so you feel safer in your own body before you even put yourself out there. This means once you release that survival energy, your nervous system naturally settles and you feel comfortable in your own skin. You can actually breathe easy and you're not constantly bracing for social rejection or cringing at yourself. Feeling calm and natural becomes your new normal. Then, once you feel safe, the E stands for expose. We can expose you to small, bite-sized social reps that feel doable, giving your body real-world proof that connection is safe. People are safe. This isn't forced. This isn't white-knuckling through it. This is gradual exposure that your nervous system can actually handle sustainably. The S stands for soothe. Afterwards, we replace that self-criticism with self-support. So you stop destroying your progress with that shame loop. This means you'll build a loving relationship with yourself first, rather than tearing yourself apart. And over time, you thrive. You find freedom from social anxiety, the self-worth to build successful, loving relationships in your career and friendships. The way that I help people is I give them unlimited one-on-one calls with me until I help you overcome social anxiety. Lifetime access to my course and everything you need. This means that overcoming social anxiety, it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. And you're never figuring this out alone. I'll be holding your hand through every step of the way until you eliminate social anxiety for good. If this sounds like the help you've been searching for, book a free strategy session below. On that call, we can map out exactly what's keeping you stuck, and you'll walk away with a clear plan, even if we never work together. So it's no pressure at all, just clarity and a path you can use. Now, let me show you exactly how this works. I had a client named Thomas. He had been trapped by social anxiety for around 15 years. He couldn't talk to anybody, couldn't talk to women. Dating felt desperate, terrifying. Going out to him felt like he was having a panic attack, and he was stuck, drained, exhausted, completely disconnected from life. When we started working together, we identified the root traumas that had been running his life for 15 years and started releasing them. The transformation was insane. He went from constant panic to what he now calls celebrity level confidence. And he met his dream girl, married her, built a successful career in the New York City film industry and voice acting industry, something he always dreamed of doing since he was a kid, but could have never done with the social anxiety that he used to have. Now he's healthier, happier than he's ever been before. Now, you might be thinking I'm cherry picking my best cases, so let me be clear. Even my hardest cases work. I've worked with people with extreme cases of social anxiety. People who are failing out of school, who are so isolated and depressed, they felt completely hopeless with nobody in their lives. Some even so shut down, they wouldn't leave their rooms. And I've even had clients who were in such a dire situation of deep isolation, they had piss jars scattered around their room because they didn't even have the motivation to get out of bed to go to the bathroom, let alone go out and socialize and make connections. So if it can work for them, it can work for you. Creating nervous system safety is the first step. Then we use the gentle exposure and self-support so you can build real comfort and confidence that's sustainable to connect, form real friendships, relationships. This is because we're fixing the actual root of the problem, not just managing symptoms like every other strategy. Now, you might be thinking, oh man, that sounds expensive. I don't have money for this right now. I hear you, but look, staying stuck is way more expensive. Every month you wait, you're losing income from your career, opportunities you're missing because you can't network or speak up. You're losing time you could be spending building relationships, starting a family, and the problem is compounding. More isolations mean your social skills get worse, your confidence drops even more, and it gets harder to change. If you get laid off and you have no network, you might be screwed. Most of my clients, they figure it out because they realize staying stuck is costing them way more than investing in the right solution. Now, you may be thinking, what if this doesn't work for me? I've tried everything. But here's the thing, I promise you, you have not tried this. You've probably tried surface level solutions that didn't really address the root cause, even if they touched on them. This is the only approach that actually heals the deepest roots of this stuff keeping you stuck. And if you're still hearing a voice that says, oh, Oliver, I'm different, nothing works for me, you are not alone. A lot of my clients, in fact, most of them, felt like they were the exception, that they were more broken and stuck than everybody else. Yet they still transformed when they committed to this process. When you release that survival energy, it's gone permanently. Your baseline confidence, self-worth rises and never goes back down. It's not like the gym where you have to keep going or you lose progress. I want you to imagine just for one moment, 6 months from now, you've overcome social anxiety. You wake up in the morning excited for your day. Social situations feel natural, comfortable. You're breathing easy. No longer bracing for rejection and cringing at yourself afterward. You enjoy conversations. You make plans and you're building real friendships and going on amazing dates because people can finally feel your calm, regulated presence and they love being around you. Instead of watching your life happen on a screen at home, you're the one out there making memories that you used to think were only for other people. But look, this is not for everybody. If you're looking for a quick fix or a magic pill, this is not that. If you're not willing to do the actual work to heal, don't waste your time. This is for people who are done being stuck, who are willing to commit fully and who want to permanently fix this problem instead of just managing it. Here's what's happening right now. Every day you wait, you're falling further behind. Your network isn't growing, your social skills are getting weaker, and the career opportunities are passing you by. The relationships you could be starting aren't. And the downward spiral of isolation only gets harder to escape. So we need to do something about this. Book a free strategy session below so we can map out exactly what's keeping you stuck and create a custom plan to help move you forward and overcome social anxiety. You'll get massive value from the call even if we don't work together, so you really have nothing to lose. So if you're serious about finally feeling comfortable in your own skin and building the social life and career you actually want, this is your chance. Click below to book your call now.